What is up, guys and gals? Alan, Front Page Fab. Tonight we're in the shop. Previously we worked on shaving some weight, and I think we ended up getting about 65 pounds out of it. Not as much as I would have liked, but it'll do. That brings my total up from last year to this year to about 165 pounds, or close to that, something like that, 150. So that's good. We've got a good weight savings on this. And then the other night before this cold deep freeze hit us, I came down to the shop and did a little work on the fuel cell. One of the things, a lot of these fuel cells, they don't come with a fuel gauge or a sending unit. Some do, some don't. And so this little 5-gallon cell I have back here does not. And one of the frustrations I had this last year was you're trying to guess how much fuel you have in there, and because it's a full-size truck, it's hard to, and the way I have it set up here, it's hard to, you can't just take the hose off up here and see how much fuel's in it, because I fill it over there. Just because also, to fill it, it's not like it's kind of a big reach over there, and while I have long arms, they ain't that long. So that's why I put the hose over there with the fill cap over there to make it easier. Anyway, it doesn't have a fuel gauge, so I have no way of knowing, and twice this year I ran out of fuel. Luckily, it was once in the staging lanes, and once as I was coming off at the big end of the track. I was pulling off, and it died there. So no big deal. Just pain in the butt. Had to run up to the trailer, get the four-wheeler, get some fuel, take it down, put fuel in here, transfer it up to the surge tank, and then get it fired up and take it back to the pits, and then come run back, get the four-wheeler. And while I know I need the exercise, it's still a pain in the butt. You don't want to run out of fuel. So when I was down the shop the other night, one of my projects for the year or winter was to add it's like an old school sight gauge, basically, kind of like they do on farm tanks and for diesel fuel, so that the farmer knows how much fuel's in his diesel tank. So anyway, let me turn around here. So as you can see, what I did was I got bulkhead bungs, sealing rings, just basically kind of like what's down there. It comes with it, only those are 8s, these are 6s. And then I bought some Teflon tube off of Amazon, and that should be alcohol resistant, because it's PTFE tubing. And if I have trouble, I think I had to buy 2 feet of it or 3 feet, something like that. So I got plenty left over. But anyway, I made a sight gauge there so that I can tell at a pretty good glance how much fuel I got in it. And also, the first time out this year, I'll fill it up, and then we'll make a lick, come back to the trailer, and then I can look at the sight gauge and see how much fuel I used to run that lick. So that'll be a good test. And then that'll tell me, can I get 2 passes out of a full tank back here plus what's up in the surge. I should be able to, but this way I know for certain. I can always look at a glance and tell how much alcohol I have in the tank. So that little project we did, it didn't take too long. It took me longer to get my fat butt up through this hole right here. If I was real skinny and young, it would have been a piece of cake, but I'm not, so I had to do a little more contortioning to get in there. But anyway, it didn't take me, time I rounded up all my tools, got everything in, half an hour to get that job done. So we're done with that. We're done with the weight reduction for this year, I think. And now we are going to start working on the nitrous setup. I already have everything I need. Well, I don't have everything I need yet. I'll have that next week. But I got, you know, what they sent me in the kit. Plus I have this set up that I got from a friend of mine. I have my nitrous outlet purge switch that's going to go in the dash. And the other thing I want to do for my blanket that I have here to keep the bottle temp up is I bought this deal off Amazon. It works with my Milwaukee batteries. So I just take a Milwaukee battery, I stick it in there, and I'll have that. I think, right now I'm thinking I'm going to have my nitrous bottle back here. That's what I'm thinking anyway. And then, well, I can just take that battery deal and mount it right here or here where it's easily serviceable. And the only reason I'm thinking of putting stuff back here, the bottles back here, is weight, getting my weight back here in the back versus in the truck. I do have room to put it here. I can actually come right here, I think, and come out and get away from that, because the 15-pound bottles are they come up to the top of the bar here, so I can't tuck it back in here. 10-pound bottles will be fine. It's the 15-inch that won't. So that I'm still trying to decide what I'm going to do. I have a L bracket that I can use off of here. I just haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. It's either going to go here, and I'll just have to turn this a little bit. We'll see. Like I say, I'm not real sure. It's either going there or it's going back here. I like the idea of having it back here for weight reduction, plus back here I don't have to worry about a blow-off tube and a blow-off valve on all my bottles. So there's that. That's pretty good positive for having it back here. Two good reasons. Weight transfer, and I save on those blow-off valves, because the time I buy one for every nitrous bottle I have, you know, that gets expensive. And I believe you have to have that blow-off valve put in when your tank's empty. So I got that to figure out. That'll be coming up here. But right now, tonight, what we're going to work on is, so for the nitrous system, I got to have a separate fuel system. I'm still going to pull off the tank back here, and as you can see there, I have an extra dash 8 nozzle I can put on here. And so what I'm thinking is I'm just going to go right over there. That fuel pump you see over there, you can see that down there, that Holly, that is my main fuel pump. That just it's a transfer pump. Transfers fuel from this tank up to the surge tank up front for the mechanical fuel system. So what I think I'm going to do is just make a bracket and just go right up on top of that one and set another pump, because I had a spare pump that I keep in the trailer for the in case this one fails. So I think I'm going to take that spare pump and use it for the nitrous fuel system. I was already planning on upgrading the dash 6 line that goes from this pump up to the surge tank to a dash 8, so it'll fill faster. So that's already set up with the dash 6 all the way up to the front. So I think all I'm going to do is just put this other pump in here, run my dash 8 line all the way up to my surge tank, and that part's done. And then I just have to run a line from that dash 6 over to my fuel pressure regulator. And so that's what we're going to do tonight. Get busy working on that. I had in my scrap flat stock, I found a piece that I was going to use to trim and cut it down to size, trim it so it fits that. But then I was looking, I keep some scrap down in here, and I just happened to see this piece of aluminum. It's 1/4 inch, but it's aluminum, so it's nice and light. So I think this is what I'm going to use to make my fuel pump deal. I'll measure that over there, match the holes, and then fuel pump will just sit right on there, just like so. I have fittings, and that's good to go. So that's what we're going to work on. So let me, I got to crawl under there and get a few measurements, and then I can start making this, getting this bracket cut down to size and get it mounted and installed. So let's get to it. I don't want it coming up in my eyes. Put that back in the old supply, and yeah, you may need it another time. Alrighty, we are done with the old jigsaw. So I'm gonna get this put away, sweep up my mess there, and finish this bracket up. Okay, got that done. So now I got to drill the hole here for the mounting to line up with what the bolts are already there. Get that drilled, but before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and lay out for the fuel pump and go from there. So I got my handy dandy fuel pump. I need it up above. Yeah, it can be, I guess it could be right in there. We'll go right there. Then I'll measure across with a square. Okay. And so what I'm going to do now is measure basically from this edge here to this edge here. What that does is it's the same thing as trying to measure from the center to the center of each hole. Having the defined edges just makes it easier to do the center to center. Another way you could do this is to measure outside to outside and then subtract this dimension here to get a center to center, or you could do inside to inside and add this dimension here for center to center. Different ways to do it, but the easiest way I found is to just measure from this edge to that edge, and then I just move that over, and that's my center to center. So let me do that real fast. So going from edge to edge, I am looking at roughly 3 and 5/16 center to center. So I'm going to make a mark here because I already outlined that hole. So roughly center of that one, and then what did I say, 3 and 5/16. I hope you remembered. All right. So 3 and 5/16. So that should give me my center to center mark on the pump. So now I'll set that back right here. Center punch those. Okay. So now all I got to do is drill the holes. So we'll come over here to the drill press and get that done. I think I'm going to hand drill this one just for because I think it's going to be easier, honestly. I know I need those at 1/4 inch, but first I'm going to I'll drill that a little smaller before I do my 1/4 inch. So we'll run that. We'll do, I don't know, 5/32. Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, that bit looks good. All right. See how this works. And I'll do clearance. I'll use that one. That looks good. Boom. All right. Well, that wasn't very cool. Oh. All right. Yeah, what the heck? I'm set up right here. I'll just go ahead and see if I can drill these here instead of setting the drill press up. kind of started to walk off on me. Alright. Yeah, we'll be alright. We'll be fine because these are slotted, so if I'm off just a hair, it still don't matter. It's all good. Alright. Bracket is made. I just need to knock the burrs off. Oh, I forgot to drill that hole there. Oh, I almost forgot that. Usually I discover after I put everything away. There we go. Alright, see how easy that works? Yeah, I mean, for the price of the Milwaukee and the price of this, I can buy 2 or 3 of these for what Milwaukee wants for something identical. So that's kind of why I'm going down this hole. Like I say, there is places I will definitely always use a Milwaukee tool for, but there's also things like this stuff where this thing's just working just dandy fine. So I see no reason to spend 3 times the money for a tool that, when I can get this tool and it works just fine. Okay guys, I got the pump mounted. You can see it right over there. It's mounted right on top of the other one. I'm going to get a better angle here. So one on top of the other. Like I said, the one pump will be for the fuel line, or to transfer the alcohol up to surge tank, and the other one will be the alcohol feed for the nitrous system. So yeah, so we'll get busy here, and let's see, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my fittings and get my fittings here installed with some thread sealant and tighten those in, and then I think we are in real good shape for tonight. So let me get that done. Okay guys, I got the pump mounted. You can see it right over there. It's mounted right on top of the other one. I'm going to get a better angle here. So one on top of the other. Like I said, the one pump will be for the fuel line, or to transfer the alcohol up to surge tank, and the other one will be the alcohol feed for the nitrous system. So yeah, so we'll get busy here, and let's see, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my fittings and get my fittings here installed with some thread sealant and tighten those in, and then I think we are in real good shape for tonight. So let me get that done. Alright, let's see if we can get you guys installed here somewhere. Somewhat secure. We'll put that on there. Sorry you're a little crooked, but that should work for you. Alright, so we will go ahead and get fittings installed. We're going to run a dash 8 in and a 6 out, and then this line here is actually going to go up on it. And then we're going to change this one over to a dash 8. So let's go ahead and get our first fitting lubed up here. Okay. Okay. That just gets her set in place. Now we'll take the 6. Do the same thing with it. All right. Alright, that takes care of that one. Now we'll do this one. Alright, there's that. And I can take this and get it installed. While we're here. Alright, that gets that one installed. Now we'll take the other one here off. It's been on there a while. Trying to see how I can do this without busting anything. Huh. That's interesting. I better tighten those up. Just going to take the whole fitting off. Want to get a pair of pliers and clamp down onto that. In order to get that so I can hold it better. Because she's talking. Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, concerned. I'm going to tighten those the screws down up here. They seem to have worked loose. Okay. Get rid of that. All that old gummy sealant there. See if I can scrape it off with a knife. Alright. Get that out. Now we'll put some fresh in and the dash 8 fitting and alright. Alrighty, takes care of that, and I think I'll wrap that up for this video. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it if you like and subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a good one.